Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mr. English Clips, where learning English is easy and fun. I'm Emily, and I'm so happy you are here today. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, Emily. Hello, everyone. I'm excited for today's lesson because we will practice the past tense, talking about everything we did yesterday.
Before we start, please like this video, subscribe to Mr. English Clips, and share it with your friends. Your support helps so much.
Yes, thank you. Emily, let's begin. How was your day yesterday?
Yesterday was busy but lovely. I woke up at 6:45, opened the window, and listened to the birds singing while I drank my tea.
Nice start. I woke up earlier at 6 o'clock and I went for a short run in the park before breakfast.
After my tea, I brushed my teeth, washed my face, and put on a comfortable sweater because the morning was cool.
I did the same routine, brushed my teeth, washed my face, and then I packed my bag for work. I also made a sandwich to eat later.
I made a quick breakfast. Toast with avocado and a boiled egg. It tasted fresh and gave me energy.
I ate oatmeal with honey and some berries. Then I read the news for 10 minutes to catch up.
After breakfast, I checked my messages and replied to a few emails. I also wrote a short to-do list for the day.
I answered my emails too, and I scheduled a meeting with a client for the afternoon.
I left the house at 9 and walked to the bus stop. The sun was shining and many people were smiling.
I drove to the office because I had heavy materials to bring. Traffic was light, so I arrived early.
At the library, I returned 3 books and borrowed 2 new ones about language teaching methods.
At the office, I prepared slides for a presentation and practiced speaking about each point out loud.
While I was at the cafe, I met an old friend. We talked for a long time about our families and future plans.
During my lunch break, I walked to a nearby market and bought fresh fruit. I also bought tea for my colleague.
After lunch, I went to a small workshop where I learned new ideas for lesson planning. The teacher explained simple activities that help students speak confidently.
In the afternoon, I had a meeting with my team. We discussed our project timeline and shared our ideas.
During the meeting, I took notes and suggested a few changes. My suggestion was accepted, and I felt happy.
After the meeting, we reviewed the budget and made a plan to save time next month.
In the evening, I visited my neighbor. She gave me a delicious pie that she had baked that morning.
That sounds wonderful. I invited a friend for dinner yesterday. We cooked together and then watched a short film.
I called my mother in the evening, and we talked for nearly an hour. I told her about my day, and we laughed a lot.
I called my sister too. She told me about a new recipe she tried, and I promised to visit her soon.
Before bed, I prepared my clothes for the next day and packed my bag. I wanted to make the morning easier.
I cleaned my desk and organized my notes. Then I read a chapter of a novel before turning off the light.
I slept at 10:30 and had a restful night. I felt grateful for a calm and productive day.
I slept at 11 and I dreamed of traveling to a new city. It was an exciting dream.
Now, let's practice questions in the past tense so our listeners can repeat after us.
Great idea. Ask me, what time did you wake up yesterday?
What time did you wake up yesterday?
I woke up at 6 a.m. Now ask, where did you go after breakfast?
Where did you go after breakfast?
I went to the office. Ask, what did you eat for lunch?
What did you eat for lunch?
I ate rice and chicken. Ask, who did you meet yesterday?
Who did you meet yesterday?
I met my friend Sam. Ask, did you watch anything last night?
Did you watch anything last night?
Yes, I watched a short documentary. Ask, how long did you study in the evening?
How long did you study in the evening?
I studied for 1 hour. Ask, what did you buy at the market?
What did you buy at the market?
I bought apples and oranges. Ask, did you exercise yesterday?
Did you exercise yesterday?
Yes, I ran for 20 minutes. Ask, what time did you go to bed?
What time did you go to bed?
I went to bed at 11 p.m. Great practice. Now let's do longer role plays.
Yes, role plays are fun. Pretend I am a pharmacist and you are a customer who bought medicine yesterday.
Hello. I bought medicine yesterday because I had a sore throat. The pharmacist asked me when my symptoms started.
I asked, when did your symptoms start? And you answered, they started 2 days ago. I recommended lozenges and warm drinks.
You also said, take the lozenges every 4 hours and rest your voice. Then I thanked you and left the pharmacy.
Now pretend I'm your friend who returned from a trip and you are telling me what happened yesterday.
Yesterday, I visited 2 museums. I saw interesting paintings and learned about local history. I also tried traditional food at a small restaurant.
That sounds exciting. What did you like most from the museums?
I liked the old photographs because they showed life long ago. After the museums, I walked by the river and enjoyed the sunset.
Beautiful. Let's practice using past continuous sentences to describe actions that were happening at a specific time.
Okay? At 4 p.m., I was writing an email to a client.
At 4 p.m., I was teaching a short class. The students were practicing speaking about their weekend.
At 5:30 p.m., I was preparing dinner while listening to music.
At 5:30 p.m., I was preparing a grocery list and checking recipes online.
At 8 p.m., I was watching a documentary about nature.
At 8 p.m., I was doing gentle yoga to relax before bed.
Now let's add more examples using past perfect to show an action completed before another past action.
Yes, for example, by the time I arrived at the cafe, my friend had already left.
Good. Another. I had finished my homework before I went to the party.
And she had cooked dinner before her guests arrived. These sentences help show the order of events.
Right. Let's do a long dialogue that describes a full day with many specific details.
Yesterday, I woke up at 7 a.m., but I had already planned my day the night before, so I felt calm. I made tea, checked my messages, and then I walked to the bakery to buy fresh bread.
I woke up at 6:30 and I had already set my alarm at 6, but my cat woke me earlier. I fed the cat, made coffee, and read a short article about education.
After the bakery, I returned home, prepared breakfast, and then I joined an online meeting. During the meeting, I took notes and answered questions from colleagues.
In the morning, I cooked a large batch of soup and sent some to my neighbor because she had been unwell. I also printed documents for the afternoon meeting.
At noon, I walked to the market and bought vegetables. I spoke with the seller, and he recommended a new variety of tomatoes that tasted sweet.
At noon, I met a client for lunch. We discussed a project and agreed on the next steps. Then I returned to the office and worked on the project until late afternoon.
In the afternoon, I taught an English class. The students practiced past tense through role plays and conversations. They improved a lot, and I felt proud.
In the afternoon, I visited a library to research a topic. I found useful articles and photocopied some pages for later reading.
After work, I went to a community event where people shared tips for healthy living. I learned about simple exercises and easy recipes.
After my workday, I attended a short language exchange. I practiced speaking with a native speaker, and I corrected a few mistakes.
In the evening, I prepared dinner and then I called my sister. We talked about family plans and we laughed about a memory from our childhood.
In the evening, I visited a friend who had invited me. We cooked together, ate, and then we played a board game until midnight.
Before sleeping, I wrote down new vocabulary from the day and reviewed my notes. I felt grateful and went to bed with a calm mind.
Before sleeping, I read about travel destinations, and I made a small plan for a future weekend trip.
Now, let's teach common past tense mistakes and correct them with examples.
Many learners say, I eated, but the correct sentence is, I ate. Always use the correct irregular verbs.
Another mistake is using present tense when telling a story. I go to the market yesterday. Correct, I went to the market yesterday.
Sometimes learners forget to change the verb after did. Did you went? The correct form is, did you go?
Good point. Also, after was or were, use the ing form for past continuous. I was studying, not I was study.
Now we'll give listeners a long exercise. Repeat after us and answer in the past tense.
Tell us 3 things you did yesterday morning.
Tell us where you went yesterday afternoon.
Tell us what you ate for dinner last night.
Tell us a place you visited last month and what you did there.
Answer in full sentences and write them in the comments for correction.
Excellent. Let's provide model answers for listeners to copy.
I woke up at 7 a.m. I made breakfast, and I walked to the market.
I went to the office yesterday afternoon and I worked on a new report.
I ate vegetable soup and salad for dinner last night.
Last month I visited a museum and I learned about ancient tools and crafts.
Now we'll add a creative storytelling section where we use many past tense verbs.
Once upon a time, I lived in a small town by the sea. Every morning I walked on the beach and I watched fishermen sail away.
When I was young, I studied at a local school where I made many friends. We played games and learned together.
One day, I found an old map in the attic. I showed it to my neighbor and we decided to explore the area marked on the map.
We packed sandwiches, water, and a small flashlight. We walked through the forest and we discovered a beautiful hidden waterfall.
At the waterfall, we rested, ate our sandwiches, and read the map again. We realized the map showed a small cave nearby.
We entered the cave carefully. Inside, we discovered old pottery and a small chest. We opened the chest and found a letter from long ago.
The letter told a story of a family who had lived there and hidden their treasures. We felt excited and we promised to protect the discovery.
After that day, we told the town elders, and they thanked us. Our discovery became a small museum exhibit, and many people visited.
Their adventure taught us to be curious and careful. It also showed how small actions can make a difference.
Now, let's practice linking words and time expressions that help tell stories in the past.
Use first, then, after that, later, finally, and by the time to show the order of events.
For example, first I woke up, then I made breakfast. After that, I went to work, and finally, I returned home.
and use already and yet with past perfect. By the time I arrived, they had already started dinner.
Great tips! Next, we'll do fast-paced Q&A to improve listening and quick responses.
I will ask short questions and Emily will answer quickly in the past tense.
Ready?
Did you study yesterday?
Yes, I studied for 2 hours.
Did you cook yesterday?
Yes, I cooked a simple pasta.
Did you talk to your friend?
Yes, I talked to Anna on the phone.
Did you exercise yesterday?
Yes, I walked for 30 minutes.
Did you watch TV?
No, I watched a movie instead.
Did you go shopping?
Yes, I went to the market in the afternoon.
Excellent. Now the listeners will try to answer similar questions aloud.
Try to answer quickly and clearly. This will build fluency.
Now, let's include pronunciation practice focusing on past tense endings, ed.
For verbs that end with t or d sounds, ed is pronounced id, as in wanted. For verbs that end with voiceless sounds, ed is pronounced t, as in worked. For verbs that end with voice sounds, ed is pronounced d, as in played.
Practice. Say each sentence after me slowly, then faster.
I wanted to learn more.
I worked on the project.
I played the guitar.
I visited my friend.
Great! Now we'll do a long dialogue with many specific daily details so learners can shadow our speech.
Yesterday morning, I woke up at 6, I made coffee, and I studied vocabulary for 30 minutes. Then I answered emails and organized my schedule.
After that, I exercised for 20 minutes, took a shower, and prepared breakfast. I walked to the bus stop and I listened to an English podcast.
During the commute, I read an article and I highlighted important phrases. At the office, I printed documents and I prepared for the afternoon meeting.
At noon, I met a colleague for lunch and we tried a new restaurant. We talked about teaching techniques and we shared useful websites.
In the afternoon, I attended a workshop and I learned to use new software. I practiced the new tools and I felt confident.
After work, I visited a friend who had a small celebration. We ate cake, sang, and shared stories about our week.
When I returned home, I cleaned the kitchen, wrote a short message to my family, and I planned my next lesson.
Before sleeping, I reviewed the day and wrote down 3 goals for tomorrow. Then I read for 15 minutes and I fell asleep.
That was a long day, but very fulfilling. Now, dear listeners, keep practicing by telling your own long day story in the past tense.
Write it in the comments or practice with a friend. Use time expressions and try to include at least 10 past tense verbs.
We will read some comments and correct mistakes in our next lesson. Thank you for practicing with us.
Remember to like the video, subscribe to Mr. English Clips, and share this lesson with friends who want to improve their English.
Tell us in the comments, what did you do yesterday? Write a long paragraph using the past tense, and we'll help correct it.
Thank you everyone for watching and practicing. Keep speaking, keep learning, and be proud of every step.
See you in the next lesson. Bye, everyone.
Bye!